the internet helped to defeat SOPA, PIPA, etc., and those were the Stop Online Piracy Act, which could have had devastating consequences for the internet because of how broad they were and how they could have applied to almost any website and shut them down. Well, don't worry, they're back. Now they got a new law that they are proposing called the Cyber Intelligence Sharing and Protection Act, CISPA. And what does it do? Well, it manages to get a lot of the guys who fought them on SOPA and PIPA on their side. Now, how does it do that? Well, it tells the internet companies, look, our bad. We didn't mean to go after you guys, okay? You're giant corporations as well. We're totally happy with you guys. What we want to do is go after anyone that dares to cross the government, and we know you guys would never make that mistake. So what we want to do is protect against cybersecurity issues. Now, guys, are there real cybersecurity issues? Of course there are, right? So, and should the government guard against that? Yes, they should, and they should take actions. The problem is that they write these bills so broadly that they wind up not only protecting against cybersecurity threats, which are real, but of course wind up helping the government be able to shut down websites that they're not happy with. Now you might think, come on, are they really going to do that? Hell yes, they're going to do that. Let me give you a perfect example, WikiLeaks. So the government already pressured PayPal, everybody else, no, you're not allowed to take payments, and it devastated WikiLeaks. If they have a law like this, they could just simply come in and tell the ISP provider, look at this law that we have, it's over, shut down WikiLeaks. So let me tell you what's in it. They say that, this is quoting from the bill, information in the possession of an element of the intelligence community directly pertaining to a vulnerability or a threat to a system or a network of a government or private entity. So those are the threats that they are talking about. Now, there was a lot of words in there. Basically, if you're a threat to the government, okay, that's interesting, and there are real threats to the government. But also, did you notice they snuck in private entity? So if you're a threat to a private entity, they might also shut you down. I don't know how that's a cybersecurity threat. I mean, look, it might be a threat to that company, and if they maliciously, harm their business, then you've got other laws that you could apply to it. But here, of course, they're looking to shut down certain websites. So here are the other descriptions of that cyber threat. Quote, efforts to degrade, disrupt, or destroy systems or networks would be under cyber threats. Now that's fine. That part I have no problem with. Here comes the second part where it gets broader. Quote, theft or misappropriation of private or government information, intellectual property, or personally identifiable information. So if you are a threat to a private corporation and they view you as challenging their intellectual property, right or wrong, well, they can work with the government to make sure that they shut you down. Is that too broad? Of course that's too broad. But now it worked. All of a sudden, Facebook is totally on board for this law. They're like, oh, I get it. There's something in it for me. You're not coming after me. You're going to help me go after my competition or whatever, the things that I don't like. Or if it's the large entertainment companies. Oh, somebody's doing pirated stuff. We're going to go after them. And I don't want anybody to get me wrong. There is real, effective, and narrow ways to go after pirated material, which is a different issue, and to go after cybersecurity threats to the government, which is a separate issue, okay? You can do that. But every time they go to do that, they just coincidentally write the law so broad that, golly gee, we can shut down any website the government doesn't like or large corporations don't like. So in the end, if they pass this, instead of passing PIPA or SOPA, well, they might have the same effect in terms of shutting down our sites, and they also have the second effect of merging business and state even further together. Do you know that in this law, not only can government and those big corporations work together, but they could also bring in third-party, cybersecurity companies, and then they would have access to your private information as well. But they assure us they would not abuse it. No, they would only use it to help the government make the appropriate judgments on whether something is a cybersecurity threat or not. Now, would they sell that information to other people? No, probably not. Can you find out? Is it open and transparent? Oh, no. That would all be state secret. So you couldn't find out who has your information and what they're doing with it, because that's a top national security interest. Well, the Electronic Frontier Foundation, who tries to protect the internet, isn't buying this, and here's what they had to say about the law. It's a little piece of SOPA wrapped up in a bill that's supposedly designed to facilitate detection of and defense against cybersecurity threats. The language is so vague that an ISP could use it to monitor communications of subscribers for potential infringement of intellectual property. An ISP could even interpret this bill as allowing them to block accounts believed to be infringing, block access to websites like the Pirate Bay believed to carry infringing content, or take other measures provided they claimed it was motivated by cybersecurity concerns. And there you have it, folks. Here comes big government married to big business, and that is a steamroller that is very, very hard to stop. So now this will be a good test case. Let's see how strong the internet is. I'm afraid that I'm a little pessimistic on this one. I said that we could win on SOPA. I accurately called that one. Why? Because we had huge corporations on our side. Facebook, Google, etc. Now we're on our own. And without those guys backing us up, good luck to us.